So after much hype, especially after knowing Zack Snyder was turned down for doing a Star Wars film, we got Rebel Moon, Part 1, A Child of Fire, which is his vision, kind of what his Star Wars film would have been. You definitely can see the influences clear as day. And it's not great. Quickly, you will see that the budget was big, but it's not a Star Wars with a Disney Brinks truck budget. Nothing that will make you say that this movie belongs in the theater. And honestly, that just bugs me. When you have a company like Netflix with the amount of money that they have and the amount that they spent on content, you would think that they would put a little bit more in certain projects, giving them that polished theatrical look. I mean, hell, they did it with the Mitchells versus the Machines, and that looked like it needed to be in theaters, which it kind of was. At least for a limited time. And this one could have benefited maybe from a bigger budget for the visual effects. And honestly, projects like this shouldn't look like this under a company like Netflix, who is spending hundreds of millions of dollars, even billions of dollars on content. But if you can get away from that, the visual effects are serviceable depending on what your expectations are. But a lot of the blame really goes to Zack Snyder. He falls into a lot of the same things that he usually falls into. Bad writing, a ridiculous amount of slow motion used in fight scenes, too much exposition and not enough action, at least meaningful action. The story is mainly centered around collecting allies for a fight, rather than a flowing story and good development. So it kind of feels like a lot of side missions. And we just have to wait for the main story to happen. Just a lot of filler that isn't fulfilling. Though, on a related note, certain action scenes feel like they were just thrown up in there just to have an action scene. But some of the action was really good. The acting, pretty good. I enjoy Ed Skrein in his role. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. And I think he plays a really good villain. Maybe not the best written, but the villain role, he nails it. But even though I thought his acting was good. Sofia Boutella, not so much. Like, there's a reason why she hasn't been the lead in movies that she's been in, at least that I know of. She isn't that strong of an actor to be in the lead in a movie like this. She's great as a side character, but not in the main role. And this film is a prime example of why. But the dramatic, intense moments did really work well for the film. But besides all that, this is just a Zack Snyder film. This is a lot of flash, a lot of style, a lot of just everything but real substance when it comes to like the story and the characters and everything else. It has a balance of like a lot of stuff, but it isn't carried well. And I know part 2 is coming out this year, so hopefully part 2 is better, but I honestly don't really have any big hopes. I mean, I feel like Zack Snyder, he isn't a horrible filmmaker, but he is very hit or miss with a lot of his projects. I know he has his fan base, but I mean, when it comes to Zack Snyder, you're either going to get something really good or you're going to get something really bad. And this one was really bad. It didn't have too much to it that, you know, you can really stick to. And hopefully part 2 is better. But yeah, this one really did miss the mark. He did good with the Justice League movie, but this one was a no-go. And so with that said, that has been my review of Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire. And I'd like to thank you guys for joining me. And if you like this, go ahead, give me a like, subscribe if you're not, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this. And I will catch you guys on the next one. So peace out, stay safe, and hopefully part 2 is better.